I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How do you feel? That is the question. But I forget you don't expect an easy answer. When something like a soul becomes initialized and folded up like paper dolls and little notes, you can't expect a bit of folks. So while you're outside looking in, describing what you see, remember what you're staring at is me. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How much is real? So much to question. An epidemic of the mannequins, contaminating everything we thought came from the heart, but never did right from the start. Just listen to the noises, all the more instead of voices, before you tell yourself it's just a different scene. Remember, it's just different from what you've seen. I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you. And it's the stars that lie to you, yeah. I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you, yeah. And it's the stars that lie to you, yeah. And it's the stars that shine for you, yeah. And it's the stars that lie to you, yeah, yeah.
Well, Hoagland, look, if there's a
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
cover-up going on,
Down through time.
how come you guys had NASA images with artifacts on
UFO Diaries.
to talk about?
Down through time.
If it was a real cover-up, there wouldn't be any pictures, right? Why are there pictures?
Why are there pictures?
Yes.
Well, to give us the data, but at the same time...
So who's trying to give us the data despite the security oaths? It has to come from the
UFO Diaries.
project people, right?
Yes.
Grizzly Adams Productions.
The people involved in the mission.
EnterpriseMission.com.
Right.
Dick Hoagland.
Who are putting things out there
In a Masonic Lodge. In 1993.
despite the documents they signed. Here's the interesting paradox.
Down through time.
EnterpriseMission.com.
We have a cover-up, yes. For the first time on the air, an
Dick Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence,
who was a member
in a Masonic lodge.
he admitted, we have a cover-up, yes, but the
UFO Diaries.
cover-up
Down through time.
is incredibly leaky. We're getting real images, real data, right? So everyone from
Chuck Selye, producer of the UFO Diaries.
on down.
Lee Shackelford.
Right.
Let me lay a scenario on you.
Okay.
Right? The law is very specific, okay?
Right.
The documents these guys sign basically say they can't talk about it. They can't acknowledge
Down through time.
the ruins are there. They can't lay out the science of the archaeology. They
Understood.
can't hold press conferences on ruins on Mars, right?
Right.
But apparently there's nothing in the documents that says they can't release the pictures.
And then have the public do it.
Down through time.
But in our culture, in America, in the 21st century, Gary,
Right.
until there is an official NASA
Dick Hoagland.
EnterpriseMission.com. UFO Diaries.
press conference, until some scientists
The Martian Revelators.
say, with the full weight and authority of the U.S. government behind them, we have found ruins on Mars,
UFO Diaries.
in the region designated as Sidonia.
Down through time.
it doesn't matter how many pictures are put out there,
Martian Revelators.
nobody, except for a small minority that they don't care about, is actually going to believe.
The Martian Revelators.
I'm saying that unless
Dick Hoagland.
it came on TV, no one's going to believe.
The Martian Revelators.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you and I sit here on the radio, on the internet, and talk about this
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars. Mysterious pictures.
with photographs on the web, just go to,
The Martian
Revelation Radio Show.
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't affect national policy or the national psyche. I mean, let's look at a current example from
Martian
Revelation Radio Show.
current affairs right now,
2012.
okay? In Brookings,
Uh-huh.
there also is a provision for testing how resilient people ultimately would be by exposing them
Down through time.
in the culture to the idea of aliens
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars. Mysterious pictures.
and extraterrestrial civilizations and all that.
Well, we see how it is now.
So, if I'm right about this,
UFO Diaries.
Sidonia.
Sunset solar system scale.
Model.
Down through time.
you and I, for the last, me for 27 years and you for a little less, are part of an official
Faces on Mars.
exposure,
Down through time.
an acclimation program
UFO Diaries.
to get people used to the ideas.
The Faces on Mars.
So when there is the official
EnterpriseMission.com.
announcement, they won't freak out a la Brookings. And it raises the question,
Down through time.
was
Dick Hoagland.
a willing government agent
A member of our team of intelligence,
In a Masonic lodge.
as part of a Brookings experiment
Down through time.
to see how frightened and how frazzled and how hysterical people became at the idea of an invasion from Mars.
Right.
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars. Mysterious pictures.
The bottom line is, I believe, I obviously can't prove this yet, but I believe we're getting to the end of this acclimation period.
Down through time.
I think that your
Martian
Revelation Radio Show.
activities and ours over the last 20-some years have been part, if, shall we say, unsupported. Because, again, why
Thanks a
do
lot.
we have these
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
photographs?
Down through time.
Right.
If we didn't have the photographs, Gary, we wouldn't have a thing to talk about. You and I would be sitting here and discussing the shape of Ichthyosaurus or something else.
Right.
We would not be talking about ruins on Mars.
UFO Diaries.
in the region designated as Sidonia.
Exactly.
It's only because of people like
Chuck Selye.
Think about this. What better way to put the real stuff out there than to have a guy
Dick Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence,
who says, over my dead body will I ever take a picture of
UFO Diaries.
Sidonia?
down through time.
There's a huge gap between the words and the music, and follow the music, forget the words.
Faces in the window, noises in the night.
Right.
Forget that no one is saying officially,
EnterpriseMission.com.
Down through time.
oh my God, there's ruins. Photographs are there. For the first time on the air, an
Dick Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence,
who was a member of
in a Masonic lodge.
He admitted the photographs are there.
While they give us so much, why isn't it still, even what we're seeing, a thing of national security? This is, like, again, just cheese. Already under control by black ops.
Well, how this all evolves
Down through time.
is anybody's guess.
Well, you see where I'm going, though, right, Cap?
Yeah. But remember, we're also getting to the limit of when we monopolize a scenario.
Uh-huh.
The Martian Revelators.
Are now developing vigorous, technically mature
Martian
Revelation radio show.
space programs, and they are going to
this UFO Diaries, Sidonia,
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model.
Down through time.
So that's why it's a very dangerous thing, and it's not like the vision Chuck Selye, producer of the UFO Diaries, I believe, was trying to portray of what the message is and
UFO Diaries,
how we ought to address this.
Extraordinary code
Of intelligence. Down through time. I mean, I've spent my life on world mysteries, so I'm willing to investigate this further and see what we can find.
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
All of the different predictions from just about every
UFO Diaries,
culture, and try to make some sense of it and put it all together into an end-time scenario of what the picture is being painted that's going to happen.
Well, it's more closer bound to the scenario that I published in Monuments, where I talked about that the worst scenario would be if it was a race with each party kind of in competition for the prize at the end.
Dick Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence,
The Martian Revelators. But you're a little more radical.
Can you imagine
Some extraordinary code
of intelligence. Down through time.
if we're looking,
Down through time.
which I firmly believe we are tonight, if we're looking at the remains of an ancient, incredibly high-tech, advanced civilization,
Definitely.
both on Mars,
UFO Diaries, in the region designated as Sidonia,
can you imagine the advantage that would accrue to the nation or nations that gets there first and bring back hardware or documents or libraries or information or weapons or some kind of technology, which of course is the scenario that I was very concerned about back in the
UFO Diaries, Sidonia,
Sunset.
In a Masonic lodge. In 1993.
when I was doing the first studies of these objects,
The faces on Mars.
and realizing that it would be really the worst scenario if this all happened in high competition.
Down through time.
Right.
Which is why we did some very special things to provide
The Martian Revelators.
with data
Down through time.
through one of the
UFO Diaries,
presidential advisors.
Chuck Selye.
And all of this is described in
Martian
Revelation radio show.
in great detail. It's called
UFO Diaries,
Second Track Diplomacy.
Dick Hoagland.
Determined that we would not be blindsided
Down through time.
by
The Martian Revelators.
zipping off to Mars
UFO Diaries, in the region designated as Sidonia,
in secret and suddenly announcing to the world.
Some extraordinary code
Of intelligence. Down through time.
Well,
Dick Hoagland.
So just call it quits. Now, unfortunately, it looks like as we move into the next decade of the 21st century,
The Martian Revelators.
announcing they're going to the
UFO Diaries, Sidonia,
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
we may be in another space race.
Dick Hoagland.
It is inconceivable to me
EnterpriseMission.com.
astronauts could not have seen some of what we've seen. And what we have been doing,
Martian Revelators.
in part, as this research has unfolded,
Down through time.
is to go back to the original
UFO Diaries, Sidonia,
sunset, solar system scale,
Model.
and try to figure out from the air to ground what it was that they may have said that would give us a clue. Because some of this stuff,
EnterpriseMission.com.
if you look out the
UFO Diaries,
window with a monocular or a binocular,
in the region designated as Sidonia,
sunset, you should have seen. It's a clue. Beginning with
The planet Mars is next to our own. The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
That's why the episode that you see,
UFO Diaries, in the region designated as Sidonia,
is the way it is, because suddenly there was these faces on Mars, the script with these big holes in it, all these things that Dr. Hoagland was supposed to say. So now the guys at the studio were now scrambling to try to find ways to cover the same material just so the show would cut together, just so the things that had already been shot would connect to each other. Without our voice of authority there, Dr. Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence,
they had to invent a character who's guessing. Down through time.
Accessing data. Affirmative.
The Martian Revelator. You're a little more radical.
But who caught this? I mean, I'm thinking about how many people working on the show look at these pictures.
I did. It seems to be I'm the only one.
Yeah.
And well, hey, all these years later, all the power, right?
Yeah. But that's yeah. But I think that's something to be proud of. That's a keen eye. Dr. Hoagland.
Just suck it nuts. Why? We look like a bunch of Johnny-come-latelys, bragging on our own.
Faces on Mars.
The mysterious pictures.
In a Masonic lodge. Down through time.
And that's the goddamn problem right there.
The planet Mars is next to our own. The fourth world, counting out from the sun. Surely no intelligent life could survive there.
And that's the goddamn problem right there. People think this
Martian Revelator.
They got fresh ideas.
Down through time.
He's old current. We're the past.
It's a problem of perception. That's right. Reason why he's pulling our pants down. He's going to paddle a little beehive. Ain't going to paddle it. Going to kick it real hard. No, I believe he's going to paddle it. I don't believe that's a proper description. Well, that's how I'd characterize it. I believe it's more of a kicking situation.
So it looks as if we're seeing the assembly of the engines, the mechanisms, the technology for the second age of
Martian Revelation radio show,
which, frankly, I think will be for the prize, which is at the end of that very long road, namely the technological fallout.
The faces on Mars.
Of the incredible civilizations which went before and left ruins all over the solar system.
This UFO Diaries, Sidonia,
Sunset, solar system scale.
Model.
And you won't hear that anywhere else but here.
That's right, the Martian Revelation.
For a while. But if I'm right, Gary, you are about to become, good God, mainstream.
Well, you know where I'm at, parked, Richard, and but I'll tell you what, my flag's still standing. I'm fighting this to the end. I've made pledges to everybody, to myself. You can't get back into a bubble. You can't stop being who you are supposed to be and what you're supposed to do, no matter what you're involved in.
But you have got to be true to yourself. For the first time on the air, an
Dick Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence,
who was a member of
in a Masonic lodge,
he admitted, but you have got to be true to yourself. Remember, a guy named Shakespeare kind of said it a long time ago.
What?
If thou canst be true to oneself, can once be true to any other man? In other words, you gotta follow who you are, and then the integrity that you bring to that will spill over into all the other areas of your life.
Unless it hangs you first and kills you. But that's a part of the price of doing what a man has got to be to doing, where they feel led.
I think you're going to win this race, Gary. If I'm right.
Down through time.
But I hope you're right. I hope it's just enough time for me to slip loose from the news. You know what I'm saying? The Martian Revelation, because that is the turning point.
Down through time.
Let me tell you why I think you're going to be able to look your critics in the eye and basically say, I told you so. A couple of years ago,
the Martian Revelator
and I had a conversation.
Oh.
Remember that? Conversation. A couple of years ago, Gary?
I believe so.
Anyway, I had probably a couple 3-hour conversation on the phone with
the Martian Revelator,
discussing a range of subjects revolving around
the faces on Mars,
artifacts on
UFO Diaries,
and
the region designated as Sidonia.
Interesting.
And at that time, this was now, I think,
2006.
Yeah, that was after the April 2006 full face-on image of our friend up there.
Mm-hmm.
What
Dick
Hoagland was telling us was basically just be patient, Gary, and wait.
Down through time.
And he kept coming back in the conversation again and again and again. And as I look back on the
Martian Revelation radio show
conversation, April 2006, I'm clearly of the opinion that
Dick
Hoagland was trying to send us a message.
Some extraordinary code
of intelligence
down through time.
That he was basically telling us,
we're going to get crisp images of what we want.
We're going to get, I almost thought he was going to say we're going to get Christmas.
That too.
We're going to get, yes, Christmas-type images from
Dick
Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence.
This fall, because this is the year
2012
when they begin the official
UFO Diaries.
EnterpriseMission.com
science studies, and I think this first
UFO Diaries.
Face on Mars image.
This UFO Diaries.
Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
And then the subsequent color section of the first image that was released in the pre-dawn hours of this morning.
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
In the region designated as Sidonia.
Sunset.
Is a harbinger of things to come.
Down through time.
I think it is definitely telling us.
EnterpriseMission.com.
Brother!
Yes, this is going to be the
Martian
Revelation radio show
mission where we blow the doors off this
Dick
Hoagland
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Controversy.
Down through time.
And maybe even make
Dick
Hoagland make the official
EnterpriseMission.com
Faces on Mars
announcement. So that's what I have to say to you, and I have to say to this audience.
Down through time.
It looks to me as if this fall is going to be it. Now, do I believe that just is going to happen regardless? No. How are we going to ace the bet? Gary, we're going to ace the bet by you and me and a few million of our dearest friends.
Down through time.
Making sure politically.
You know, there's an old cliche, Hoagland, that politics is 99% perception.
Making sure politically, Gary, that NASA,
I'm NASA and you're not.
and the
EnterpriseMission.com
cannot get away.
Down through time.
From pointing this camera, this incredible camera,
UFO Diaries.
At the incredible objects down there.
In the region designated as Sidonia.
Sunset.
And photographing them.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures.
That is why all of us are bringing so much pressure now to bear on NASA.
Dick
Hoagland,
a member of our team of intelligence.
Down through time.
To specifically and exhaustively rephotograph the Sidonia complex on Mars.
When is disclosure going to happen? Like they're expecting Big Daddy,
Dick
Hoagland, to sit down in front of a TV camera and tell them
EnterpriseMission.com
Brother! The facts of life.
Of intelligence.
In a Masonic Lodge. In 1993.
I mean, they're talking about
Dick
Hoagland,
a member of our team
of intelligence.
Again.
Down through time.
Going to disclose
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures.
It's not going to happen
because
that way.
Those people
in a Masonic Lodge
are stuck.
Down through time.
I hate to say it, but the
EnterpriseMission.com
community is stuck. They're stuck on a model.
UFO Diaries.
Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
Where Big Daddy
Dick
Hoagland tells you the truth. Oh, you can't believe it.
The Martian Revelator.
Until Big Daddy
Dick
Hoagland tells you
Motherfuckers.
the truth. This is my main problem I have with
The Martian Revelator.
that I love
The Martian Revelator.
dearly.
You're a lying sack of shit.
Dick
Hoagland.
And everybody knows it.
But he's driving me to distraction.
Down through time.
Hey,
Big Daddy.
want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Guys! But he's driving me, Big Daddy
Dick
Hoagland, to distraction.
Down through time.
Because he's expecting Big Daddy
Dick
Hoagland to tell him the truth.
You know, a lot of people will think that your conspiracy theories
Down through time.
make you stark raving mad.
Big Daddy. And he's expecting that there's all kinds of geopolitical forces.
Some extraordinary code
of intelligence.
Down through time.
That are going to somehow compel this 60-plus years Big Daddy
Dick
Hoagland to one day suddenly come to an end
and they will have an incredible change of consciousness or heart or whatever excuse you want to give them, and Big Daddy
Dick
Hoagland will decide to come out
down through time
and tell us the truth. Are you nuts?
Martian Revelator.
That's not the way
UFO Diaries.
history has unfolded.
down through time.
No, it won't happen.
And you'll see
The Martian Revelator.
brought all kinds of other materials to the table.
Down through time.
You're a little more radical.
And I know that these faces are real, but I would love if I could get these images in my hands personally.
Let's continue pursuing further, though, because
Okay. I'm all over to that.
I'm headed somewhere with this.
Big Daddy
Dick
Hoagland, who's head of the equivalent of NASA of the day. I'm NASA and you're not?
That's the connection.
To decipher the code.
Down through time.
I'm NASA and you're not?
UFO Diaries.
Is the most powerful camera ever sent to a foreign planet. What? A foreign planet.
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
Gary, do you
down through time
understand the language?
Right. Where's those illegals?
Exactly. Who is NASA?
Dick
Hoagland, a member of our team of intelligence,
trying to tell us
down through time
really owns Mars.
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures.
Gary, who is NASA trying to tell us?
Down through time.
Who is NASA really?
I'm NASA and you're not?
Exactly, Gary. That's the connection.
To decipher the code.
Down through time.
I'm NASA and you're not?
Who is NASA?
Dick
Hoagland, a member of our team of intelligence,
trying to tell us?
Down through time.
Really owns Mars.
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures.
If it's not the guys who used to be there,
In a Masonic lodge. In 1993.
I'm NASA and you're not?
well, yeah. So they go to this
UFO Diaries.
city,
In the region designated as Sidonia.
which is supposed to be the capital of Mars, okay? They find an ancient ruin, desolate remnants of a Martian civilization.
Of intelligence.
In a Masonic lodge.
Right in the official language of the official
UFO Diaries.
document.
The planet Mars is next to our own. The fourth world, counting out from the sun. Surely no intelligent life could survive there.
They find statues to big face on Mars, pussycats, that look like lions, which reminds me a bit of your new picture on your website.
Uh-oh, here comes that pussycat again.
Everybody's got to go and check out Gary's picture on his website, okay? You won't believe what that looks like.
Now, that being the case,
surely no intelligent life could survive there.
Okay, now that, I think now would have a possibility to make Chuck Sellier's vision come a little more alive, if that indeed is the case.
I have always had strong feelings that these Masonic lodges knew something and were passing on something, down through time that we needed to know.
The planet Mars is next to our own. The fourth world, counting out from the sun. Surely no intelligent life could survive there.
Well, the only thing missing in that equation, Garrett, is if it's not ruins we're looking at, but somebody
is home.
Still home.
Yes, I believe they are.
Well, I don't know.
Who the hell's going to walk away from all that art?
Dick
Hoagland.
A lot of it looks like it was obviously designed from above. Right, you obviously have helped people become aware of that. Then the powers that be, they would follow
down through time.
So is the times we are in now a part of that original scene, or has it shifted by things that have been trying to be done
down through time
to stop that from happening? And maybe, well, you see where I'm going here.
I got to tell you, my personal belief is that everything is going to go down as written.
Surely no intelligent life could survive there.
But what I did, and I decided that I was only going to do shows that had meaning and message, that made people think, made them seek the guidance of a higher power, maybe even become Christians, because I'm an evangelical Christian myself. And so I began to evolve into what I feel I am today, 2006, where I am doing
Martian
Revelation radio
shows down through time that I feel are extremely meaningful, extremely helpful to people, and I hope entertaining at the same time. Now, the other thing is, I'm not a young guy anymore, and you'll discover as you get older, you start worrying about what is the meaning of life and what is your place in life and what have you done, and that probably has to do with it as well.
So at the moment, the data does not tell me whether anybody's home. The language of that
UFO Diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
Press release.
The planet Mars is next to our own. The fourth world, counting out from the sun. Surely no intelligent life could survive there.
I mean, come on. What in the world? That could be a very telling phrase. What in the world, together with reconnaissance, that somebody,
The Martian Revelator,
thinks, A, there's intelligent stuff there.
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
B, it's owned by somebody.
I'm NASA and you're not?
C, the somebody is still there.
some extraordinary code
of intelligence
down through time.
And D, they're perhaps an enemy?
Was this UFO Diaries? Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model.
Undeniable proof that an intelligent race had once lived on the planet Mars.
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
This would be really, really remarkable for this
UFO Diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
to be a natural formation.
Since the time of that discovery,
down through time,
science writer and consultant Richard Hoagland has worked tirelessly to discover the whole truth about the mysterious Sidonia region of Mars. A member of our team,
Dick
Hoagland,
is now directly linked
down through time
to that Sidonia
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
on Mars.
UFO Diaries.
We got them from Hoagland, we got them from NASA, and there you are. I mean, one of them's going to say, yeah, those are ours.
Which are our pictures.
I'm NASA and you're not?
That in itself is now the single most striking statement of intelligence on Mars that we have found.
Surely no intelligent life could survive there.
Down through time.
If these are actually somehow photographs that other people haven't seen before, does it suggest that there are other similar face artifacts? Is that what you're thinking?
Exactly. Well, it would be obvious.
That in itself is now the single most striking statement of intelligence on Mars that we have found.
And this is the thing. It's a lot of it is riding on you, but I respect anything that which you saw. I'm pleading on the behalf of the listeners of this show as well as to the research overall, and especially to which Richard Hoagland. It would be a big help to him too, because he is interested in knowing more about these images too, and he wishes that he could join us tonight, but pressing matters were at hand.
Well, you said the magic words there.
Pressing matters were at hand.
Well, you said the magic words there, because, like I said before, I just feel like I owe him something.
Oh, well.
And, more to the point, you just got my curiosity, because
that somebody thinks
down through time.
A, there's intelligent stuff there.
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures. B, it's owned by somebody.
I'm NASA and you're not?
C, the somebody is still there.
Down through time.
And D, they're perhaps an enemy?
Well, I'm suspicious.
Because, like I said before, I just feel like I owe him something.
Oh, well.
Okay, I mean, that's how these guys think, of course.
Yes.
Watch any grade B science fiction movie from the 1950s.
Oh, come on. Who's not going to be worried?
There's a line in Monuments that I was very fond of quoting from Lewis Carroll. Alice through the looking glass.
I'm looking at you through the glass.
And
The Martian Revelator.
simply brought
Chuck Selye, producer of the UFO Diaries,
and
Lee Shackelford.
on board
Martian
Revelation radio show.
2006.
and he made the
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
announcement part of a larger game plan.
Down through time. The fascination of the Faces on Mars for me, and my fascination with Richard Hoagland, who's been the big mover and shaker in all of that.
And that is an extraordinary story which we document.
We got them from Hoagland, we got them from NASA, and there you are. I mean, one of them's going to say, yeah, those are ours.
And it changed all of history, which led to where we're in this box we're in tonight. We will detail some of that history in the next few minutes. What time my watch is up? And what this all ultimately means to the bottom line, i.e. the
UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures.
And the geopolitical situation we find ourselves in.
Down through time.
All around the world.
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
Tonight.
Did Richard Hoagland begin a
EnterpriseMission.com
policy of denying any reports of UFO diaries, even if that report came from their own aspect? According to a growing number of UFO diaries, researchers
down through time,
it's not only
the Martian revelator
whose reports are being suppressed, but even the findings of
Chuck Sallier
and
Lee Shackelford
as well. Strange features UFO diaries.
Faces on Mars.
In the region designated as Sidonia, discovered by the Viking
Martian revelator,
have stirred controversy
down through time
throughout the scientific
EnterpriseMission.com
community.
2006
And now,
down through time
2012.
Many researchers say
Dick Hoagland
has deliberately hidden some of what it knows about these
faces on Mars
shapes on the Martian surface in the region designated as Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model.
Could this be because these UFO diaries,
faces on Mars
structures, are proof
of intelligence on Mars that we have found?
You know, a lot of people will think that your conspiracy theories make you stark raving mad.
Some people have speculated that
Dick Hoagland
is afraid that
EnterpriseMission.com
it'll lose funding if it even so much as hints that it might imagine that there are extraterrestrial artifacts on Mars
in the region designated as Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
Or elsewhere in the
UFO diaries. Many of the Martian features in the region designated as Sidonia, photographed by Viking, do seem to be more than simple flukes of nature. But so far,
down through time,
no
EnterpriseMission.com
official has admitted the possibility that these
Martian
revelation radio show
Mysterious pictures.
could be artifacts constructed by any kind of intelligent life form.
Mr. Hoagland says they are evidence of intelligent life.
Although if you talk to my significant other, Robin, Dr. Falklau, she'll tell you that this
Dick Hoagland
is the worst thing you could possibly ingest.
down through time.
Oh my God, I feel so good. Oh yeah. Oh, slow down.
Robin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's your daddy?
Robin.
Who's your daddy? Oh my God. Oh yeah, play with my balls. Play with my balls. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah, just roll them around. Oh my God, I love it when you. Uh-oh, slow down.
Thank you, Robin. You know, she's very, very good at this. Reminds me of things I forget all the time.
Don't move.
Robin.
I'll go get you a towel.
But
the Martian revelator
has performed one of the most exhaustive studies possible on the UFO diaries.
faces on Mars.
Photographs of the monuments of Mars in the region designated as Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model. And the Martian revelator
Now believes there may be some at
Enterprise Mission
who are not telling all they know.
And I believe that
The UFO diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model.
deserves a serious look by serious scientists, and there are some scientists who are looking at this seriously, but
Dick Hoagland
ignores them.
Dick Hoagland.
I think that I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem.
UFO diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model.
Until it swims up and bites you on the ass.
Down through time.
Could an agency
EnterpriseMission.com
dedicated to exploring other worlds really have deliberately concealed such a startling discovery?
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
Why would the
Dick Hoagland
space agency
EnterpriseMission.com
send
the Martian revelator
and
Martian
Revelation Radio Show. Out to explore the unknown. UFO Diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures.
2006.
But then keep their findings a secret. If this is true,
Dick Hoagland,
then it was a freak accident
down through time
that allowed some surprising
faces on Mars.
Images from the UFO Diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model.
To be broadcast on American
Martian
Revelation Radio Show.
Television. At present,
2012.
Is this the secret that some researchers claim
Dick Hoagland
has hidden
down through time
this
UFO Diaries? Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model
that
Dick Hoagland
is at war with
the Martian Revelator. But you're a little more radical.
the evidence presented by
Martian
Revelation Radio Show.
UFO Diaries researcher
the Martian Revelator
may seem insufficient cause for making accusations against such an esteemed organization as
EnterpriseMission.com.
But what if the claims
the Martian Revelator
make are true? Is it possible that
Dick Hoagland
really has withheld information of vital importance, kept secrets from the people who have funded and supported their
EnterpriseMission.com.
work? And if so, why? Could it be that
Dick Hoagland
fear a panic would ensue if people believed
the Martian Revelator? But you're a little more radical.
And now it appears that
Dick Hoagland
has stopped its public transmission of
faces on Mars
images from outer
EnterpriseMission.com.
apparently as a result of these UFO diaries. Sidonia tips.
And all we're waiting for is the appropriate photography from the next mission
The Martian Revelator
to test and prove the hypothesis.
down through time.
And I am perfectly prepared when there is appropriate review to accept the answer of some kind of investigation, but for God's sake, let's investigate.
Dick Hoagland
There are people who say yes, there are people who say no.
Believe it or not. He says to stop further investigation into mysterious pictures. Mr. Hoagland says they are evidence of intelligent life.
But we're also seeing ruins. Mile upon mile of devastated
EnterpriseMission.com.
ruins. We're not seeing anything that's new. And that, to me, says that nobody's home.
EnterpriseMission.com.
It is a ruin, a planetary ruin, because of the cataclysm it went through. And that, of course, gets directly to the heart of what happened to Mars.
UFO diaries in the region designated as Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model
in 1993.
Why did it
The fourth world, counting out from the sun.
become a ruin, and a planetary ruin? What killed the civilization?
of intelligence.
In a Masonic lodge.
Dick Hoagland. Why was there the necessity for
The faces on Mars.
UFO diaries.
refugees to come here?
This Martian
Revelation Radio Show.
Down through time.
The
Right.
answer is to be found in the Mars
UFO diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model that, again, we have published on
UFO diaries in the region designated as Sidonia.
In 1993.
and what we have proposed
In a Masonic lodge.
and scoped out
EnterpriseMission.com.
Down through time.
as the scenario for what happened to Mars
the Martian Revelator.
and why there was a necessity for
UFO diaries.
Faces on Mars.
refugees to someday come here.
Martian
Revelation Radio Show.
Television.
Right, which, by the way, I just recently read that
EnterpriseMission.com.
scientists are coming term to believe,
Down through time.
following that model suit, Rich, of
Dick Hoagland
a member of our team of intelligence.
that's not there.
UFO diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
Model
in 1993.
And
Down through time. Dick Hoagland
that's not there.
EnterpriseMission.com.
2012.
Answering for the,
UFO diaries.
Faces on Mars.
Mysterious pictures.
well, at least parts in it. Did you see that?
UFO diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model
Down through time.
yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Dick Hoagland
Well, given that we've been talking about
Some extraordinary code
of intelligence,
Down through time.
given that we've been talking about
this
UFO diaries. Sidonia.
Sunset. Solar system scale.
model.
yes, it is amazing that
The great mystery at this point seems to be if the Enterprise mission and its colleagues
The Martian Revelator.
can find all this and so much more.
Down through time.
then why can't NASA? Or is there something more?
I'm NASA and you're not?
Is it possible that they have seen what we have seen and also understand what's really there, but have a reason to keep silent?
We now come to the point where I think we can answer one of the
EnterpriseMission.com's
most amazing mysteries.
Down through time.
What happened to
the Martian Revelator?
Motherfuckers!
Hi. Dr. Hoagland.
Biggest dick
head
I've ever seen. That's a huge bitch. I just gotta see what all the fuss was about.
Robin.
Damn.
Robin.
No wonder
the Martian Revelator
never came back.
Robin.
That shit's the real Loch Ness Monster.
No, that's not what they saw. And we can disagree on the evidence, all right?
And we will.
Ain't a brother stick his hand down another man's pants without setting off the faggot alarm.
Robin.
And hey, I want to thank you, John, for the patience.
It's been very interesting tonight.
I've got one more call here. I want to try to get to Jennifer in Palmdale on Jones.
Yes, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
My question is there any way that I can get that?
Dick.
Hoagland.
And I always wanted a nice big...
Dick.
Hoagland.
Is there any way that I can get that? Nice big...
Dick.
Hoagland.
We'll see what we can do.
Down through time.
All right.
I'd like to never see that.
Okay, great. I'm definitely going to get the nice big...
Dick.
Hoagland.
Down through time.
Thanks.
Okay, Jennifer, thank you. Keep listening. We're going to go to Stan in Sun Valley, and this will have to be the last call of the night. Stan,
hi, Don. Great show.
Well, thank you.
Mr. Hoagland, I found it very interesting, but it occurs to me that they
in a Masonic lodge in 1993
could even fool the good Dr.
Hoagland. Down through time.
As you well know.
Because you can't argue with the graphs. You can't argue with the data. What's going on with our experiments...
Down through time.
As went on with...
the Martian Revelator.
Down through time.
Is unequivocally real and cannot be denied.
Dick.
Hoagland.
Or gainsayed. It's got to be answered.
Dick.
Hoagland.
And the more people who participate in this process...
Down through time.
The sooner we're going to get breakthroughs that will lead to all kinds of other things that our society now desperately needs.
The faces on Mars.
The key is timing.
You said the magic word, Dick, timing, and we are now out of it.
Tell what you have to tell. You'll see.